All right, first movie in 10 years for Cameron Diaz. She's back from her retirement. You could even say that she's back in action. Yeah, I know, meaningless, useless plug for the movie title here, but there's one big disappointment here. It doesn't have the Looney Tunes. Back in Action is out now on Netflix and stars Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx. Not the Looney Tunes. Such a missed opportunity to make Back in Action 2 with the Looney Tunes. Truth is, I just want the Looney Tunes. Imagine Bugs Bunny with a gun taking down spies. Would have been awesome. Years after giving up life as CIA spies to start a family, Emily and Matt are pulled back into the world of espionage when their cover is blown. You guys know how I feel about these Netflix action movies, so where does this one rank? Well, is it in the top echelon of Netflix movies, or is it in the bottom stinky dog shit pile of garbage that some other Netflix action movies are? Well, kind of right in the middle. It doesn't reach the heights of something like Carry On or Extraction, but it doesn't reach the lows of something like Heart of Stone or Lift. This is definitely one of those Netflix action movies that you could just casually watch. You can tune out every 5 to 10 minutes, tune back in every 5 to 10 minutes, still know what's going on, but just have it on in the background as ambient background noise. Fall asleep to it. I mean, it is a bit of a sleepy time snooze fest in some parts, but I mean, for what it's worth, there are things I like about this movie. For instance, Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx have great chemistry on screen, and it's nice to see Cameron Diaz bringing back some of the charisma that she had previously earlier in her career. Now, I'm not going to say that she's like an Oscar winning actress or anything, or an Oscar nominated actress, because I don't think her acting reaches those heights. No, 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 no. But she has a lot of charisma in this movie, and it's actually really funny watching this kind of do a bait and switch with a lot of streaming movies now, because streaming movies like this, here's how it would go down. You have either the father or the mother as the spy, the other one doesn't know that they're the spy, and they have kids, and all of a sudden their past comes back to haunt them, and the kids and the mother are in danger, and the mother's really shocked, or the father's really shocked that the other one is a spy, and it just creates this amalgamation of stupidity. And this movie definitely has that, but I like that it takes that idea and kind of turns it on its heels. I like the fact that they're both spies, that they're both been out of the game for 15 years, that they just wanted a normal life. It's not somebody hiding secrets from one another. They're hiding secrets from their children for sure, but it's not them hiding secrets from each other. I do like that the two of them actually do know and are actually spies that are retired. It's not one or the other. That was a really interesting dynamic. There's some good family drama here, and Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx make for formidable parents. They're overprotective parents, and you can see why, and it really alienates them from their kids. And I think that honestly, the relationship and the breakdown of the relationship that the kids have with the two parents is really the heart and soul of the movie. Yeah, I get it. It's a Netflix action movie. You're here for the action, you're here for the plot. Listen, this plot is spread so thin. That's why I'm saying that this is just a casual Netflix watch. It's nothing you've never seen before. Obviously, you can take stuff that you've seen before and put a new spin on it. I mean, look at Mission Impossible Fallout. How many times has plutonium been done in a movie? Yeah, and Mission Impossible took the idea of plutonium, turned it on its heels, did something very creative and original, and actually made a kick-ass action movie. But I don't know, these streaming movies just feel like they're just like, oh yeah, well, we don't really have to do anything like that. I mean, we'll just take the basic idea, just make a plot that spreads so thin that is so predictable, because I could guess who the bad guy was immediately from the opening scene of this movie. I was like, that guy. That's the guy they're going to be chasing, but it's really that guy. And yeah, I was right. And the predictability factor just makes the plot feel even so much more thin, because it's like there's different parties chasing them, because you know that the plot's not going to expand past the bare bones material that it's giving you. It's just going to try and convolute everything by having so many parties converge on this family, as they do. Andrew Scott's character's converging on them. Kyle Chandler's trying to get them back in the game. They're trying to go after some other guy, and you know exactly where this is going once everybody enters the picture, and it becomes this really insane, kind of stupid action movie, but at the same time, It is one that I think has a bit more merit to it. I had a little bit more fun with it. Some of the action's actually pretty fun. I don't really know if this is gonna be in the top tier echelon. I don't think of any of these action scenes are really standouts for me, but when it was happening, I was like, okay, that guy took a punch to the face from Cameron Diaz. That guy's kneecap got broken by Jamie Foxx. This is actually kind of fun. It's actually a bit brutal, and it's actually really funny seeing the kids react to their parents just taking down and killing all these mercenaries, and they're like, what the fuck is happening? And there's some moments of humor here that work, and obviously this is trying to be a little bit lighter on the action, a little bit more heavy on the family humor and the family dynamics. It's heavy on the family drama. I don't think it's heavy on the family humor, because while it works sometimes, it doesn't work half the other times. Like, the jokes fall really flat. It feels like the jokes are aimed towards like a middle school, high school type of crowd. And it just didn't work for me, but there are some that work. Like, there's an instance where they're spying on their kids at school, and Cameron Diaz just randomly pulls out binoculars, and then she gives them to Jamie Foxx, and then she pulls out another pair of binoculars. I thought that was actually kind of funny. It was the clever jokes like that are actually funny, and I did have some hearty chuckles. So you're just here for light and breezy entertainment, where you don't have to think much about the plot, where you know where everything is going after. Every single party that's involved is converging on this family. If you want to watch Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx kick some ass for a couple of hours, be my guest. This is kind of like middle of the road Netflix streaming movies. But I will say this too: movies an hour and 54 minutes felt a lot longer. I'm feeling that a lot with movies lately. I don't know what it is, but the pacing for these movies, I don't know, maybe it's just because they all had the same narrative structure. It's like action scene, stop, action scene. Everybody says the MCU movies are the same. Everybody says all the Mission Impossible movies are the same. Everybody says all the Star Wars movies are the same. Yeah, well, every Netflix action movie is the same. And maybe that's why I was feeling that this movie felt so much longer than it actually was. It felt like it was beyond 2 hours. I thought the first maybe 30 to 40 minutes went by fast, and then after that, it just kind of felt like it was a drag, even with the action in the middle. But that's just really how I felt. I think that this is kind of middle of the road for Netflix. Big improvement over some of their recent piles of dog shit that they've been releasing. And I know I said I'd never review these again, but I just can't help myself, okay? This is therapeutic for me, reviewing Netflix action movies. You got that? I think Back in Action's worth watching with half a bucket of popcorn. Cameron Diaz doesn't look like she aged a day in 10 years. Damn, that lady is still good looking. So if you have seen Back in Action on Netflix, let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. I will leave my links to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.